Welcome back, folks. It's your favourite peasant reporting from central London on a lovely morning. It's so lovely, look, all of these people came out at the same time. However, it really is a glorious morning, folks. The last one for a few days at least. This is the kind of light and the kind of scene that we can enjoy this morning. How's about that, eh? Been a while, a week at least, 10 days, since we've been able to enjoy a perfect morning like this. I mean, it's absolutely spectacularly glorious. Water isn't particularly choppy. The colours, the architecture, light, people, folks. It's nigh on a perfect, utterly splendid, as she would testify, autumnal morning here in London. And as we go from where I'm standing now, which is closer to the south of the river than the north, you'll see it progressively get busier. I mean, the good news is that there's still no scamming trash on the bridge. Since that incident, the non-incident that was hushed up, either they've been really firm or nobody's bothered to come back because it's clean and clear. Isn't that magnificent, guys? Look, even the water looks good this morning. It's not its usual pea green colour. Quite lovely, to be honest. I do admire the tourists that drag themselves out of bed early. Why? Because if you don't, it's so busy later, you've got no chance of getting anything decent. At least now there is a very, very strong possibility. Like these lovey-doveys over here on the left, of getting, a cute romantic picture, unobstructed by strangers' faces. Look, some hardy souls, despite it being only 6 degrees, are actually already out getting on their city cruise. I don't actually know where that boat goes. I'm guessing probably either Canary Wharf or possibly out as far as the Thames Barrier. But wow, I mean, the other side of the bridge is really chocker with people as well. I'm trying not to move the camera around too much because there's a lot of flaring. If we hold the camera to the sunlight. Now we're going to hit Busy Bee spot, folks. That's a cyclist, a hapless cyclist, trying to actually cycle where lots of blondies standing to get their pictures. God, school teacher, that would be flipping hard work in central London. Imagine marshalling kids when you've got these kind of numbers to deal with. Madness. Uh-oh, we've got ourselves jammed in, folks. Hold on. Oh my gosh. It's almost like the post-palace song of horseguards. Now this morning is the last morning. I know, folks, I cried into my handkerchief when I heard it. So, last morning for the King's Troop. They will be heading off tomorrow, as indeed will I, folks, out of London myself. But they'll be back. Not for a while though. Spring at the earliest. So HCAV back tomorrow. There's also going to be a morning inspection, I was told this morning. Interesting and unexpected, but there we are. Flip, I mean, it's just jammed people everywhere. I kind of don't really know where to point the camera, to be quite fair. I think we've filmed about 1,000 people already. We only just started. Oh. Even the pros are getting their shots in. I can understand, to be honest, guys, joking aside. I mean, look at this, look. There's not a cloud in the sky. This is the kind of morning when those stock images are taken that you end up seeing all over the media everywhere because it's so utterly perfect. People don't believe it's real. Oh, hold on a second. Who's this? Is this Santa Claus in skates? Nope, it's not Santa Claus, but that's quite the outfit. Oh, she's making a TikTok. I thought, oh. Are you doing a TikTok of yourself?
Oh no, just for my friend.
Ah, interesting outfit. Enjoy it. I think she's Canadian or from the US. Very funny. She almost decked it there, so I'm glad we weren't filming her when she hit the edge of the road. Oopsie. Okay, right, so. Golly, when the wind blows, guys, it's pretty chilly. Now the light's red, which means we need to... Oh, sorry, too late. I was going to say we don't, children, we don't cross the road when it's red. Remember, the green man. How long is it going to be until somebody actually genuinely face plants my camera? It's going to happen, surely. I don't know if any of you picked it up. I completely forgot about the guy that almost face planted the horse the day before yesterday. Wednesday. I actually forgot about that when I was posting the video, but I'm sure one of you picked it up. Put it in the comments. Let me have a quick look at the time before deciding if I'm going to go on a hard right. Yeah, it's hard right time, guys, onto Whitehall. That way we'll get there for the first change of the day, which is the 11. And I've got a sneaky feeling, it being the last morning, they're going to put out some of the top gunners that we like and admire, folks. Wait and see. Oopsie. Oh my god, just when I think it's getting clearer. What are they all picturing? Well, you can guess, folks. Elizabeth Tower. To be honest, if somebody set up a live cam outside Westminster Tube Station facing everybody emerging, just the expressions you get on a lot of people's faces when they see it for the first time, a bit like the Eiffel Tower, it really is kind of like an awe-inspiring moment. Look, even this guy, who's walked 257,000 miles, completely circumnavigated the globe, just arrived. You can't believe it. It's the best thing he's seen globally. What on earth? Look at this. I mean, in some respects, it's the best thing and the worst thing. The sunshine, the brightness. Because goodness me, does it get busy or what? Actually, let's take a shortcut, folks. I'm not going to get stuck in there with all the other people. I'd rather not. I'd rather not get anyone's germs in my face, but for a second there, I thought the bus would put me out of my misery. That was pretty close, I must say. Ah, Range Rover, stop! Ah, look, zooming around to catch me. Just because they want to get their car on today's video. Phone boxes are pretty busy, but who cares about that? I've seen it all before. So today we're heading down straight away, no delay, to horseguards. Wow, that's pretty good dancing by this guy. What do we think? Wait, let me put some French rap on my phone. He can move. Actually, wait, that's their teacher. How cool is he? On y va, on regarde. Fantastic. That's an inspiring teacher. It really is quite the lovely morning today, guys. Look at this. Everything's so clean looking. Now that the mush has been cleared away, finally. The security guards always look at me outside the government buildings, so I'm going to run in and do something naughty. I'm not that kind of a vloggy chappy. Now, I wasn't here yesterday, so I have no idea if they've completely removed all of the pavilion and everything else from the state visit. Wouldn't surprise me if they have. The security guy's giving this a good look over with his little mirror on a stick. I haven't actually seen one of those since I went to the doctor's with a rather sensitive issue in my backside. Luckily it wasn't as big as the one that he's got there. God, that would have been painful. Okay, so what's up next? This is Igor, just brokering an arms deal with Ukraine. Next up is is Downing Street. Oh, they cleared away all of the wreaths and other commemorative items from the cenotaph. Looks a bit barren, to be fair, actually, doesn't it? So what has it been now, 2 weeks? Yeah, I mean, I guess, to be honest, better to remove it and keep it clean than let it eat away into the stonework when those wreaths crumble. Now, hopefully we're not going to see any people dressed as badgers or any other weirdness at Downing Street. Funnily enough, even though it's only 6 degrees, in the sunshine it's pretty warm this morning. It could pass for a good 13, I think. Nice surprise. I'm sure the gunners will be delighted. They had fun, but they're very much looking forward to going back to barracks. It's a very, very, very busy 6 weeks for them. I was told that somebody told me that a couple of people were complaining about the fact they were not going back today, and that it had been moved until tomorrow. And apparently, I don't know if it was the NCO or the CO, said to them, if I hear any more complaints, you'll be going back on Monday. In other words, we'll make you do the whole weekend. So shush and swallow it, the extra day that is. Fair enough. But I don't remember the last time we had a HCAV or even regimental changeover on a Saturday. I mean, maybe they'll do it this afternoon, but I was told it's going to be tomorrow. So I guess we'll see. It does make the morning inspection this morning a curious one though. A morning inspection on Fridays at 10:50 apparently. I mean, I don't know. Let's see when we get there. I like that rustling of the leaves noise as I walk. Rustle, rustle, rustle. Okay. It's not chocker, but there's a healthy number of people. Bear in mind, guys, we're earlier here than we've been for a while. Main reason for that being I'm leaving London this afternoon. I know, how sad. So it was either get out early or not at all. And it's pretty much give or take 10 minutes to 11. So we'll get a quick peek at the two horses that are here. Oh, it's a burglar, look. With his ladder, about to climb through the windows of a government building and steal some important documents. So yeah, it was either get out early and see what we could see, or basically nothing, fundamentally. So that is the way it is. Who have we got here in the box? We've got one happy fellow on his horse. There he is. Look. I mean, he's looking kind of happy. I mean, I guess he's not looking sad. I would be looking sad, guys. If it were my last day, I'd be thinking, oh, I need to go soon. I would not be happy at all. Damn, that's what you call standing on the line. I'm guessing, actually, probably a former gymnast. Look. Very impressive. She was balanced her entire self on the line, spot on. Good to have some tourists here though. I wasn't actually expecting anyone, to be quite honest with you folks. Not until after the 11 o'clock, which we will in all likelihood get in the yard for. Oh, that didn't take long, did it? Tourists just arrived. And straight away, other side of the white line. Good thing to see, eh? I mean, we were hoping for it. Always tends to happen though, the moment we rock up. Somebody left a balloon or a football on the floor over there. Even the horse is looking a bit depressed actually about having to go back. I mean, I would. I barely crossed over to the south side of the bridge and I was already in tears when I started the video. Imagine the horse. He's going back to live there for a while. I stay next to me. He's looking at me like, why are you talking to me? It happens so often, people look at me like, why are you talking to me? I don't even know you. And then the penny suddenly drops, so I have to tell them. Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness me. I know, folks, we will miss him. We will. Oh, I thought that was Colin for a second. It could be Colin's twin brother, this guy over here with a bobble hat. Okay, I think these two gents are playing hide and seek. Taurus behind me didn't like that joke. And yes, folks, if anyone watching it, was a joke. There's actually a cube forming up now, funnily enough, on my left. This guy with a coat sponsored by Colgate toothpaste. Lovely colour scheme. Oh, fluffy hat in the house. Nope, I don't know her, guys, even though she's looking at the camera. No idea who she is. Still trying to spot shorts on a t-shirt. It will happen. It was actually pretty funny. Italian style. Oh, they suddenly realise who's pointing. There's the line. There's the white line. Oh, that's the guys with his kids as well. Thanks. Wow. I mean, if everybody in the King's Troop and the HCAV were this strict about the white line, well, folks. You'd never believe it, would you? Who's next? Any lucky punters? Roll up, roll up. I think they've decided that's enough. They don't want to risk it. Even Cabbage Man. Oh, missed him. In Cabbage Man. In it's Cabbage Green coat over here. Mr. McCabbage. Okay, who's next? Oh, look. The tourist's about to get on their knees and crawl through the box. Personally, I think there should be a rule here myself. Stand back and see a bit, guys. You can see, look, gives us a better idea of what the gunner's working with. Not the crisp packet, it's actually Walker's crisps. But the box is far larger than it looks when you're standing directly in front of it. Now, interestingly enough, they're leaving to go to that inspection. Remember I mentioned the morning inspection happening now. Out they go. Boom. We're not going to go into the yard because they're going to close the yard in a minute. And all likelihood they're going to close this gate to my left. I mean, they typically do. There's no guarantee, but mining money would be on the last gate being closed. Yep, there it is. See, look. Last few people going through. And boom, we are not getting stuck in there, folks. No chance. Very kind officer, look, letting the last few run through. Trickle becomes a stream. Oh God, here we go. At which point does he start to disappoint people by saying no? That's it. Okay. I think this chap on the left and the girl, that's it. Okay, we'll never know how lucky they were. Super lucky. Okay, so we've got our 1 and 2 gunners who are going to be isolated, folks, completely out here. Now the key thing is how long that inspection is going to take, and if that means the changeover is coming afterward, because 10:56. Oh, should pull that to the horse. I mean, the horse doesn't look Spanish to me. What do you think, guys? kind of cute though that she said hola to the horse. I'm not even sure the horse can speak English, let alone Spanish. Oh, how kind of the officer's like, hey you, and you, and you can come through. See, some of the officers are super, super thoughtful. He could well have said, get lost, that's it, you're done, there's no one else coming through. I'm half tempted to run through, guys, but at the end of the day, we're not going to see anything at the back that we haven't seen many, and I do mean many times before. There's no doubt about that. Just wondering actually though why they are having an inspection. Is it a sort of a final inspection before they actually change over tomorrow? Pretty curious, to be fair. Okay, wait, I've just been told something super interesting. Apparently, wait, no, surely not. Somebody just messaged me to say that they think HCAV have come over, or they're leaving to come over, and that they actually don't realise it's not changeover day. In other words, HCAV have been told, again, don't quote me on this, I'll ask the police in a minute. HCAV have been told that it is changeover day, and they're here for the changeover, but the King's Troop have been told they're not leaving until tomorrow. So it's like, what is going on? I don't get it. Let me try and ask the police in a second, because that's going to be a little teeny weeny bit oopsie if they've got. I mean, what would happen actually? I guess HCAV would probably take over until the King's Troop to leave. I mean, I can't see any blues or lifeguards at the back, and the King's Troop are lined up. Wait. I guess we just need to wait and see. I mean, there is fundamentally no way of actually knowing if and until we see some HCAV troopers. I'm trying to peek through the tunnel at the moment. The King's Troop are lined up across the parade ground as opposed to either side of it. In other words, they're not facing another regiment. So, I mean, I think... I'm not sure if my friend was joking about that or not. Bing bong. So that's 11. And now we wait, folks. Yes, unfortunately, dreadfully, with all of the tourists, I say all, there's not actually that many here. Oh, okay, so here goes the officer, who annoyingly I can't see because we're too far away. Sorry folks, lost the, there it is, look. Okay, so normal morning inspection. Not sure if that's a lieutenant or captain. Sorry, it's super hard to zoom through the railings there and keep it in focus. Okay, let's concentrate on what's happening out here. It will not be a long one. To be honest, I'm far more interested in hoping that the officer will come to the front. We haven't yet. I'm trying to think back to even in the summer. I don't remember ever filming a King's Troop officer inspecting the horses here at the front. If one more person coughs near me, I'm going to empty my water bottle over their head, folks. An early morning hair wash. But look how the horse's colour is being picked up in the sunshine. Look, really lovely, to be honest. Who's next? Oh, this pro's straight in the box. And straight out of the box. The gunner was ready to charge him at that point. Uh-oh. Lucky that the pavement was laid well and is level here, otherwise this little kid would be rolling down the hill towards Parliament Square. He was enjoying himself then. He's like, Dad, I barely had enough time with the horse. Now the good thing about it being pretty busy here now is that the gates are closed, so anyone that does arrive along Whitehall is going to stop here. Why? Because there's nowhere else to go for the moment. And the thing is, I don't remember whether or not they put these two boxmen out around 10:45. I seem to remember that they do put them out early, before the morning inspection. So the two that we're looking at now, I'm pretty sure at this end and at the other end here, I think they're going to be out for the coming hour instinctively. That said, I mean, it's going to be up to the officer whether or not, once they finish the inspection, they decide to bring two new boxmen. I seem to remember that ordinarily they would place the two horses in the boxes, close the gates, then the inspection happens, then after the inspection the horses go back into the stable. In other words, I'm pretty sure that from the horses lined up at the back, two of them will not be coming into the boxes. I think that's already been done. I think this is the changeover. Get ourselves around a little bit again. I mean, we need to follow the numbers fundamentally. But the other horsey has got the light this morning. This horsey is somewhat in the shade. Look, he's actually overshadowed by his friend in the other box. I mean, literally and figuratively speaking, he's overshadowed. Okay, so let's wait and see. I mean, the numbers are reasonably healthy, folks, if we look along Whitehall. Not bad at all, overall. The thing is, if this many people keep pushing against the gates for their free food, the old gates guys, it could go very badly wrong. The other thing is, if the officer is going to come out of the front gate, will it be this side or the other side? Anyway, they're done, and as I think correctly predicted, all of the horses are going back into the stable area. All the tourist moths to the gate. That could almost be pre-revolutionary Paris, ladies and gents, could it not? Hungry peasants queued up, demanding a free feed from their social superiors. I mean, what can we say? We'll know if the officer is going to come to the front when the officers move to open the gate. If they move to open the gate. People waiting on the left and on the right. It's a big if, folks. But I mean, they seem themselves, the officers that is, to be looking, thinking like, hold on a second, what are we waiting for? No, it's funny actually. The gun at the other end just shouted at a girl, "Get back!" She didn't understand it and just put her hands up in support. She was basically like, "Okay, like me? What?" And she didn't actually move. I thought he was going to shout again. She actually looked vexed. She looked at him like, "Why are you shouting at me?" I mean, hello, I'm shouting at you because you're stupid and you're in my box. Now it looks, in fact, it doesn't look. The gun in her MTPs has reattached the chain. So I'm pretty sure that what we're looking at now are the horses that will be here, hopefully, fingers crossed, for the next hour's worth. People. That's the ideal. I don't know if they'll actually do the other changeover behind closed gates. Foot guards, that is. Anyway, let's focus on the front here, if and until the gates reopen. I mean, it should be any minute. They're done, as far as I can see. Greta here from the Austrian Alps. It's her first time in London. I was hoping she might yodel for the horse, but sadly not, folks. Not this morning anyway. Next time, dear Greta. It really does look beautiful, doesn't it? When it's lit correctly and naturally. Thinking about maybe having a fondue, guys. I don't know why I've got that thought in my mind. Bit of fondue, bit of Swiss bread to dip in the cheese, bit of Gruyere. I think that's a perfect solution, actually, folks. Gruyere with Greta for lunch. What do we think? The only problem is that Greta doesn't know it yet, because I haven't invited her. Okay, so we wait. Still tons of people here, including Miss Sheepshag Rug Coat. Look, she's dressed like a woolly mammoth, excavated from Siberia. That coat. This way the horse is going to start to get lonely. It's weird how far everyone is standing back. Look. It's like, what are they standing back for? How curious, eh? Oh, Miss Bushy Rug is here. I think the biggest problem that we've got, folks, and I do notice this quite often, let me stand back, like far. So many people come along the front, walk along the front, here, and the problem is they see the camera and they decide to walk around the bollard on the roadside, which obviously is what can I say, somewhat annoying or unfortunate. Let's put it that. I mean, it's great for the horse, the fact that the horse is fundamentally these days being ignored by the majority of the tourists, but it's not so good for us, including Rug Girl over here. I think as well, actually, the fact the gates are still closed, and I have no idea why they are, because they're done, is a curious one. I mean, I'm feeling lonely. The horse must be devastated at this point. He must be thinking to himself, hold on a second, what did I do wrong? Really odd, guys, eh? Why nobody's going past the bollards? I'm guessing they're thinking that it's closed. I mean, it is, kind of. Okay, she's off to take the rug to the cleaners. Look, it's packed. Actually, looking through the gates, which is what I wanted to do at the back, there's also a huge number of people waiting to come through. I mean, there's no officer there anymore. What's going on? What are we waiting for? Unless they're slow getting the new foot guards out. It doesn't usually take this long. I really do wonder though, actually, whether HCAV did turn up, because that to me, and I'm not joking folks, that looks like a HCAV vehicle. I'm not going to zoom in too much. Also, looking at the trooper that's in the front seat. No, surely not. Anyway, the gates have opened. What do we do? This and the other? It's a tough one. It's a 50-50. Instinctively, I think all the people that are now going to flood from the tunnel into the yard, then out to the front, are going to turn to their right, instinctively. Yep. My money's on right hand, Clyde. Okay, so we're back. Let's see. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's a 50-50 situation. They're coming this way, but they're going really wide. Damn, the dominant Spanish girl got shouted at the other end super loudly. It's basically telling the tourists to get out of the way so she can get a good picture of her boyfriend. Wow. It's a pity that massive shout was not captured by anyone here. There was no one in front of that other horse when the trooper bellowed, "Get back!" Okay, it suddenly got really busy as I was expecting. Okay, entitled tourist alert. and a bit of a squash at the front gate. Don't touch the horse. One would almost think that, oh, she's got money, look at this. She's going to drop money in the guard's boot. She's just going to tuck it in his boot. I have a feeling he's going to shout at her to get out of the box. Get ready. How's about that, folks? What I'll try and do in a minute. Oh, hey, morning. I'd be upset if it wasn't a £50 note myself. No? £20's not enough. He gave his daughter a £20 note, and she went over and tucked it in the guard's boot. I think the guard was angry because it wasn't a 50. I mean, I would be. I drew the attention of the police. That was a loud one. How's about that, guys? £20 for free. Lovely. I really couldn't decide whether or not we thought he was going to shout really loudly at the guard to get back. However, I think the reason he didn't was that he could see clearly that her dad gave her the money and said, you know, respectfully put it in the soldier's boot. I mean, it's an act of respect. Yes, it breaks the rules to enter the box to do it, but at the same time, it's something of a tradition. I personally think that each soldier should be given £1,000 a day by the public, tax-free. What do we think? That was a bit of a surprise, to be quite honest, guys. I wasn't actually expecting that to happen at all. Pleasant thing to see. What we'll try and find out is the rules governing that donated cash. Because say, as an example, it's probably never happened in history, but you know, does not say it's an impossibility. Say somebody went and stuck £500 cash in the guard's boot. Do they have to declare it? If they have to declare it, is a share of it given to the other troopers, gunners who are on duty here, or are they allowed to keep all of it? How have we never thought to ask that before, actually? That's going to be the number one question if and when we next speak to anyone in HCAV. When you're donated cash, what happens to the donated cash? Fascinating thing. That's the first time that I personally have ever called that so clearly, directly in front of us, on the camera. Oh. Yeah, another one. Get ready for it. He rescued himself, that kid. I feel a bit bad actually that we're not giving too much focus to the other gunner, but at the end of the day, this is going to be the last time that I and all of you are going to see this chap disciplining the tourists in his own special, unique way. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to get him charging the horse today, but you know what? Anything's possible. In fact, the horse is ready to charge himself. Look, even without the gunner instructing him. It's a damn shame, actually. That was so loud at the other end. But never mind, guys. Occasionally they are lost to posterity. This is why, as I said before, imagine, for example, if HCAV had their own official channel, and that official channel used 4K footage from the 2 cameras that Westminster Council let them mount over each box. It would remove 99% of the need for anyone to film here, including myself. Okay, I'm a little bit different, I guess, because I narrate, but you see where I'm going. And at the same time, it would raise a fortune for the official HCAV YouTube channel. HCAV Media Ops, there's an idea for you. If you want to do it, I'll do it. It's a cash printing facility that isn't being utilised, which, given the cuts to the military here in the UK, is unfortunate. I think personally, I think it's a real shame that it's not being utilised properly. Oh, this guy here, he's going to head off to local RAF station for some flying lessons, apparently. Ah, got the jacket. He's got the Tom Cruise aviators. Oh, Dave, the camera's looking a bit rough. What on earth? Look. He really aged, didn't he? Since the days of the coalition. Pity, he just spends his days walking up and down between Downing Street and the Horse Guards, hoping for a new position in the Labour government. But he's not going to get one. Now, is the farmer, with his walking stick, going to visit the horse, or is he going to be a shiny coat man? I wonder which. What do we think, people? Who's up next? What if all these people are actually Norwegian, or whether they just wear Norwegian clothing? Just looking at the other end. For some weird reason, they're all ignoring our favourite horsey here and going to the other end. Except this girl who's like, oh my god, look. It's a horse. Take my picture, quick. Just let me adjust my hair. There we are. Try again. Okay, well, where's the gunner's £20, miss? Hand it over. £20 a picture. Which I personally think is a more than fair donation. But it shouldn't be voluntary, it should be mandatory. Okay? Everyone that visits here, £20. Especially if you decide to drink a bottle of fizzy drink. Discussion between the farming families. Oh, so if you went over and quickly touched it, you might get shouted at by the gunner. But his son is saying, that's a fair point, father. However, if we quickly scraped your fingernails for the DNA, we could breed these horses ourselves on our own land and sell them to the king's troop for a very significant amount of money. Father's thinking, my son, the entrepreneur, it's not a bad idea. And he's saying, the only problem is, what about the manes? Is that a unique genetic breeding, or are they shaving the horses mercilessly when they're young? He's like, I don't know about that, but you can see I'm cleanly shaved myself, so we could always do it together, make it a family event each spring. What do you think, guys? Are they here to steal the king's secrets? Pretty enamoured with the horses. I can't really blame them. The problem is I remembered actually why I moved from this side last time, because if we turn the camera slightly to the left, there's too much flaring. Look, see that? The brightness hits the lens. So let's keep us turned in this way. Have a quick wander in the yard while we're here. This will be the last time that I get to have a quick look around in the yard until we see the king's troop. In all likelihood, 6 or 7 months from now. Nope, what's this? What the flip? Where's this guy going? Surely he knows him. Hold on, no. Sorry, I thought you were tourists that were going to get shouted at. It's an officer. Good lord. I'm not sure if it's a lieutenant or a captain. Look he gave me was so funny. He tried not to smile, but he couldn't resist. Look, yes. I did wonder why he went up so close. I mean, to be fair, guys, how am I supposed to know? You know, all I saw was a fellow with a satchel. Getting really close. Really, like, intimately close to the gunner's face. I want to shit off for a second. I swear she was laughing. That could have been, yeah, tad awkward to be fair. Lucky the officer was so chill. He could have told me, stand aside, peasant. And I would have had to do it, folks. Why? Because, you know, I'm a good boy. I follow instructions. I thought you were tourists who was going to get shouted at. He's like, well, actually, no. I'm the CEO of of the King's Troop. Oops. Cute blooper that we've got on the... I'm not sure if we actually got the officer on film. But he didn't go into the stable area, he left, so I don't know. Maybe, in fact, he's finished for this year. Oh! The guard is looking at the kid like, don't stick your hand out unless it's got at least 20 pounds in it. He's like, everybody is welcome to visit Horse Guards, and you're welcome to get reasonably close to me and the horse. Just remember to bring the cash. To be honest, guys, I wouldn't let anybody touch my boots for 20 pounds a touch. Think about that. I could probably, on a very busy day, get at least 1,000 people in Trafalgar Square to touch my boots. 20 grand a day. That would be quite a sum, wouldn't it? And why, we have to ask ourselves, are people ignoring the horse? That's the key question. Why, oh why? Honest answer, I have no idea. But despite the numbers here, and there are plenty here, as you can see, nobody's going close to the horse. Yep. Even if they can't understand English, instinctively I think some of these horses know what we're talking about, guys, in the videos. I really do. And the funny thing is, there's plenty of people along here that are posing, but they're just all doing it behind me, or to my left or right. And finally, here's a brave one. Incidentally, ladies and gents, if you made this far in the video, I completely forgot to mention it at the opener. I always do. You always, or somebody always mentions it in the comments on previous videos, and I think, oh, that's a good idea. Then I forget. What do I forget? Like and subscribe, people. Yep, that's what I forget, because I'm stupid. And I've got a brain like a sieve. Well, I mean, that's not strictly true. There's quite a lot of info in it. But yes, hit the like button, guys, and hit the subscribe button. There are plenty of you, I'm sure, that are watching that forgot to subscribe. He's not going to shout at the little ones, I don't think. Oh, nothing classy in a little cigarette. Whilst you're having a picture. I mean, to be honest, guys, I'm going to be very disappointed if we don't see any more cash donations this morning. I personally think it's going to be utterly disgusting if all of these people here don't hand over everything in their wallets. To and fro, but they're not stopping. And it's very solidly populated here this morning. Look, there's no shortage of people. Even the postman's in a rush, look. Okay guys, that's it, fun's over. No one is ever going near the horse again. I almost believe that the box had been electrified at this point. Look, is it all outside of it? be honest, it was interesting to me to see that the trooper didn't raise his voice when somebody went over to put the cash in his boot. I wonder if he would raise his voice if somebody else went over to to steal the cash from his boot. And more importantly, whether he'd actually kick them. I think he would, personally. I mean, unless I cross the road, we can't actually fit both pairs of tourists in. It's that busy. Even Banana Man just about fits. Okay, parcel successfully delivered. Ta-da! I didn't actually yet, folks, spot a single t-shirt. That's actually the chief going back into the stable area now. Ah, damn it, we didn't see him this year, actually. Pity he's not going to be out of the front. He was very friendly. Look at the hustle and bustle here. But it's almost as though the horse is invisible. Curious, eh? Very. Some days it's just like this. Other days, as you know, it's complete and utter chaos in the box. And we've only got a few weeks to Christmas, so it's going to be very interesting once the main Christmas tourists arrive, which will be probably next weekend, to be honest, for a 2-week stay. And I myself, ladies and gents, will be abroad for part of the holidays. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. Violins out now. Okay, let me step back a little bit until somebody actually decides to go past the bollards, because right now those bollards are basically an invisible line. Space between them, at least. People are acting as though there's a chain. Ta-da! Fluffy animal themed coats. Very popular. It's 11:30. Now, does that mean we're going to get the gatesman emerging? I mean, we haven't yet. Oh god, here we go. Voila. Nope. At least not yet. Very curious and quiet morning for the King's Troop on the last day. Maybe everyone's waiting for HCAV to come back. I mean, one would think the tourists would be as interested in these horses, but I guess they're a little smaller. People are just looking and then walking on. Really odd, eh? Yard is deserted, guys, this morning. Absolutely 100%. Very, very, very peculiar. Donc, professeur? All the Frenchies always walk along here and say donc, and I'm thinking, hold on a second, it's not a donkey, it's a horse. Uh-oh. You can't get in the box with a little kid like that, especially when he's pointing at the horse saying, Mummy, why has that zebra not got stripes? This dude just posed with his kid on his back. You can't even see the kid. Okay, right, so here's our gunner gatesman. Out and straight back in. Oh, he's back. It's his second shot, look. I know what you're thinking, folks. Yeah, the signs are pretty level. I was surprised myself. Okay, that's our first pink-coated tourist. mean, if, for example, they got, I don't know, only say 30 donations a day, you could double their salary. In fact, I'd probably sign up for the King's Troop myself at that point. Okay, here's the first t-shirted bro. Yeah, I'm leading, I'm mean. All these people, guys, is only one donation. It's not on. I personally think there should be more, like a lot more. I don't think we've ever seen this many people. Oh look, just spotted there's a horse. Lady in white. It's like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. But again, look, even though she just saw it for the first time, people not going forward. Maybe the success of naughty tourist shaming has been overwhelming, folks. They've given up. They've decided, you know what? We are done. We don't want to be on social media anymore. The tourists, that is. And to be honest, if that were actually the case, I'd see that as a huge positive. Plus, folks, it would free us to head to Scandinavia for tours with John, tours by train across the beautiful Norwegian landscape in Windsor. And funnily enough, I have actually been thinking about that. But I have no idea how easy or not it would be to film in those kind of sub-zero temperatures. I've got the clothing and the kit, but I'm just not sure it would hold up particularly well to lengthy periods of filming. Because that would be fun, would it not, guys? Plus, we might have an additional person added to the channel. All under consideration potentially for the new year. So what happened?
You know, every time the children's go in there, they face move the horse forward.
Ah, yeah, but I mean, he's kind and thoughtful, in fact, but at the same time, he's like really on it
Like
when
it.
people take the you-know-what. Like this guy, for example, with his bag of goodies. Santa, guys, look, Santa's here with presents. Okay. Chap. What a dickhead, honestly. Can you imagine? What an absolute moron. Police should have arrested him. Flipping out, that actually took the guard by. Bloody hell. We're just talking about how kind and patient and peaceful he is. Oh, now at the other end, look. Flipping out, that made me jump. Were you filming them? Oh no.
I started when I...
You turned it off, but damn it. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that, to be fair. But he did it at the other end as well. Tried to touch the other horse. Mad. Folks, I did tell you it would be an interesting last day for the King's Troop, and I wasn't lying. Everybody's kind of frozen here now. Look, massive number of people. Flipperoo. I was not expecting that. It's always at the exact moment you don't think anything's going to happen that boom, it all kicks off. So we've got the cash in the boot, and then that. You would not have believed it, would you? What I think we might do, let me just look at the time. We might cut this video in half. Wait, 24. I'd like to finish, just because he has been magnificent. I'd like to cover and finish this particular gunner's shift. He's got roughly 25 minutes, give or take. He deserves it, guys. He's been an absolute outstanding guard. I think we'd all agree on that since the moment he arrived. So yeah, we'll go over. I'll either post it as one long video or chop it in half into two pieces. Utterly incredible. I'm actually thinking about the smart thing might be to deciding whether or not to. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to leave the camera rolling. Yeah, it's easier. That put my heart rate up, I must admit, and same for the gunner. Didn't zoom in, but I could see from his face as well he was really surprised by that. Hyper adrenaline shot. I mean, it's rammed now. Again. Golly. I almost think that Santa was here though. Like, what are they all doing? There's no one next to the horses for them to watch, but everybody's just kind of like standing around. Look, like, what's going on? I don't know what they're all looking at. I really don't. I'm also wondering, folks, if I started saying to tourists, "Oh, it's £20 to go through the gate," I guarantee that probably 1 in every 50 would hand it over. And I myself could go and deposit those £20 notes into the guard's boots. The only problem is I probably end up getting banned for rinsing the tourists. Even though I personally obviously would not benefit financially from doing that, because it would all be handed over on camera to the troopers. But I do think the tourists should be rinsed for donations. I really do. Right, 1 second. Let's briefly head to the other end, very briefly. Now, he has been somewhat neglected in this video, but the other gunner at this end has been equally, and I'm not exaggerating, you heard the first massive shout, and then the second one, when the general walks along. This gunner has been on it almost as much as his colleague at the other end. Absolutely outstanding, to be fair, both of them. What a pair of gunners. We won't stay here just because of the fact that the crowds are now getting so large that if I don't move, we're going to have a problem. In fact, if it ends up continuing to be this busy, then just looking at the clock, 12, we could go possibly for a full part 2. I just can't decide, folks. Right, we're back. And there's a hell of a lot of people arriving. The thing is, I don't think that this will last. This massive squash of individuals. Let's see. I did say I'd cover the finish for this gunner. Just a polite, respectful thing to do, considering fine example he set, not just for his own colleagues in the King's Troop, but for returning lifeguards and Blues and Royals. I think you'd all agree, folks. He set the mark pretty high. Bar, rather, sorry, pretty high. Look at this guy's super tall dude. He's able just to look over people without even stretching. Incredible. I mean, this is what we got on my left, look. Still busy. I'm just being quiet because I'm slightly observing to see whether people are actually going to make the effort to go forward. You can see some more are, but it's a very, very, very unusual day today. The numbers are vast, but for some reason, people are actually literally just horse watching. Oh, I thought that guy was going to get it then. Oh, look at these two and their hats. Those are the hats of the week. I can't even see what they are. What are they? I thought they were reindeer for some. I think they're some kind of furry animal. The guy's looking very shifty though with his face covered. I really hope they come over for a picture. They're just talking about it. It's the best headgear we've seen this year so far. I honestly can't see how the gunner wouldn't laugh if they come over wearing that. Okay, shiny coat brigader out. One on this side. And more on this side. She's in the box. Just. Eyeballs.
Get out of the box! Get out of the box!
Oh my god. Bloody hell. What the oh my god. The other people here that are filming next to me, I mean, we're just kind of like... I mean, I think the Spanish tourist, just got a shout to that, is thinking to herself, what just happened? But I mean, everybody was saying though, La Línea, you heard it, everybody was saying La Línea. Even the flipping, there's a dog over here, like, bah, bah, bah. Somebody bought their dog. Oh my word. The Spanish ambassador in London is going to be inundated with inquiries today after that. Okay, here we go. Miss Moon Boots and Fluffy Coat. He is to his credit. The gent over here is telling his dog to shush. Some weird people about today, actually. I don't know who's kind of shouting in the crowd over there. I can't see it. But he physically held his dog's jaw closed, so it couldn't continue barking at the horse. The dog seems to have calmed down after that. Very curious. Gosh, I mean, thank goodness, folks, that I left the camera rolling. Otherwise, we would have missed one of the most remarkable mornings I think we've seen here this year. I'm not exaggerating, that was extraordinary. Really extraordinary. Oh. Goodness me. People are actually struggling to not go into the box because look at them. There's not really enough space here to avoid it, to be honest. This is the one criticism that I have heard more than the other, that the box was painted too far out from the wall. But I guess what they did was take one of the largest HCAV horses, stand him here and make a chalk mark, and that's where they decided that the box needed to go. Fair enough, I guess. Right, we've got 15 minutes, folks, until it's all over. I don't expect anything as dramatic as what we've already seen to occur again, but you never know. This guy filming with some vintage camera at the gate. Very odd spot to be standing in. Just wow. 500 people here minimum, look. And That's super funny. You realise it's for YouTube. It's for YouTube. Where are you from? You're
Dubai.
You're from Dubai, yeah? Christmas shopping in London.
Yeah. No, traveling.
I was just enjoying it,
A
etc.
woman.
I mean, to be honest, that's the best thing. Give them some money, go to Harrods, honey or seeds a night, am I right?
Give them the money and live them.
Yeah, 100%. You got it all figured out. Oh, more pink hats, guys, turning up. And it's not what we thought it was before, it's for something else. Big respect to my friend from Dubai, very nice and kind fellow. He's got it right, to be fair. If you want a peaceful life, go to Harrods and do some shopping. Oh, got some very interesting outfits now among the tourists that are turning up. No, wait, just like get out of the way. My son and his picture are more important than your tourist pleasure. Oh, I'm not. It's one of our favourite officers who's here this morning at the front. I'd love to dash over and say hi to him, but sadly, we're going to get stuck. Actually, wait, maybe which way? They're turning left or right? Oh, they're coming this way. We can say hi to him after all. Hey, you alright? Oh, that's the guy from Dubai who's just told off. Uh-oh. Look at you being naughty, getting in trouble. It's so funny, that guy from Dubai. Right, let's go back to the hunter. Squeeze ourselves back in. Try not to stand in front of anyone. Golly, I mean, I wasn't kind of expecting it to be this type of morning, folks, but overall, there's certain days that you think, you know what, I'm glad I got out of bed, and today's one of them. I'm kind of actually wondering how to title this morning's video. I mean, we could actually genuinely title it "Tourists Terrorized by the Guard." I typically try to avoid those kind of hyperbolic titles, but I mean, strictly speaking, it wouldn't be incorrect, would it? I think I might leave it to Google to suggest today. Wait 1 second, let's just pop into the yard. Oh, well, that's interesting. The police actually let them. Actually let the tourists pose with them for pictures. That's very unusual. We've seen many times the police saying no, you can't have pictures with us. We don't like our picture to be taken. So our last look at what will be the last gatesman, folks, of 2024 from the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery. Obviously, the second we walk into the yard, looks like the PM or someone important just zoomed along Whitehall. Oops. This lady's asking where is a toilet for her child, and the police rather kindly and thoughtfully have said there's one in the park. That is actually the closest one for the moment because the one at the tube station is closed. Okay, that's quite a good spot. In fact, let's try and get a good picture. Oh, Horsey's like, what do you mean it's a good spot? It's not my good side, John. Go to the other side. So we get ourselves a good picture of Trooper plus Horsey, Donna, sorry, plus Horsey on the last day. We'll see, look at me. I don't think the horse is going to look, folks. There we go, it's got a super picture. I think that should actually be picture of the week, not just picture of the day after what we've seen. Under 10 minutes, guys, and it's done. I apologise for going over time, but I think you'd all agree that it was worth it. Oh almost bobble hat planted the camera then. No idea what this Swedish family are laughing about on my left. The throng of people still coming through the tunnel into the yard is not letting up. Oh, bro, don't rob me. Don't rob me. Do I look like a thief? Somebody just said it's a horse, not a donkey. Did you hear that? We can't have this lady from Brazil getting shouted at, can we? We just can't.
Acércate un poquito más. Trata de tocar el caballo. A ver, toca el caballo.
Actually, she's Spanish, not
A ver,
Brazilian.
toca la mano al guardia.
Uh-oh.
No.
She's in the box. Oh, they're in the box.
Get the other side of the line. Get to the other side of the line.
Oh, God. It's all the Spanish that are getting shouted at today. And as you probably just heard, yet again, his colleague at the other end in the other box also had to scream at somebody. It's amazing how many people don't recognise that there's a white line on the ground though, and then they are surprised they get shouted at. It's just like, what? Oops. Wow. I mean, it's really drawn the attention of a massive, and I'm not joking folks, crowd here today. Oh, Sophie Marceau's looking a bit rough actually on the right hand side. This group of minions, all in green caps, look in the yard. 5 minutes, guys, and it's all done. I personally, I'm going to go home and shed a tear. What a morning it's been for a final morning. It would have been wonderful to have an officer out, to be honest, today. I had to, speaking with the gunners, or indeed with the public. It's a pity. I know a lot has changed, but if you remember last year when the King's Troop were here, a couple of the videos we caught Lieutenant Captain out talking to and answering questions from the public. It's a pity because that was a wonderful thing to see, and I think that is the thing that's missing here. Military public or military tourist interaction. It would enhance the space massively. And there is our final shot of the camoed, MTP'd stableman gunner. I will stay here just until this horse has left the box and new one has arrived. Why? Because I just know if I don't, something will happen. I'd rather wait until this horse and gunner are safely back in the stables before the Spanish ambassador arrives, takes off his white silk glove, sort of gestures around the trooper's head, slap you around the face with my silk glove. How dare you insult my fellow countrymen with your horse, my good man. People are coming through and they're just like, where do we go? What do we do? Oh, that's a good way if you forgot your tripod. Arms in the air. Now, annoyingly, I haven't seen a single tourist that really reminds me of someone else. In most videos, we do get somebody that I can comment, oh, it's blah blah or whatever, but other than the Sophie Marceau girl, no one really looks like anyone else. Oh. I honestly thought for a second that guy was going to march straight over and put his hands on the horse. Goodness gracious. I think actually, guys, what I might do is cut this in half because there was so much that happened in both parts. That's going to be a smart way, because it's super annoying that some of you miss what often can be, in my opinion, the highlight of a certain video. Today, yes, it was fun to see that people were getting a little bit, pushed back forcefully. But for me, the highlight was definitely the money being handed over to the gunner. Now, I'd love to know whether his colleague was given any donations as well. In fact, maybe I'll message him tonight and ask. Or ask actually how much they got in the whole time that they were here. Be interesting to know, wouldn't it? Was it only £120 or would it have been their multiples? I mean, any moment they're changing over, but there is a vast number of people here. Again, look. Beautiful, beautiful last day for the King's Troop. And to be honest, they deserve it. They had a busy month. HCAV back tomorrow, but for HCAV it's going to be super depressing. Tomorrow, Saturday, exceptionally heavy rainfall all morning. Cold, heavy rain, windy. In other words, all the conditions for a pretty much nightmare morning. The yard is chocker, look, all the way around. In fact, even around the corner toward the stables, people are standing. They'll all get moved, but for the moment, it's really busy. And any minute, we're going to hear the ding dong, or bing bong, or whatever you want to call it, or the bing ding dong. Come on, there's got to be one more roll up, lucky tourist. They're actually too terrified to get anywhere even near these days, look. Okay, so this is the point at which they will get told in the yard or behind the bollards. Woe betide anybody that decides to step into the white box at this point. Hopefully, both gunner and horse will get left alone for a peaceful changeover. I mean, the fact that there were two charges and we got them both directly in the camera is extraordinary. Annoying enough, actually, I really like the two that are coming out as the replacements. Such a pity that we haven't got more time this morning, guys, but I cannot risk missing my train this afternoon no matter what.
Yeah, buck behind the bullard.
Oh. Flip. Look at this. A whole new level of discipline, and you know what? I flipping love it. Okay, here comes our bearded NCO. And I'm sure you'll all join me, guys, in wishing this gun in particular a very Merry Christmas. He deserves it. Here's the replacement, plus cute horsey. I didn't run in the yard to capture that because there's no dismount, so we wouldn't have seen any more than we've seen at the front. But guys, that was something else. I don't remember a morning like this since I think probably the first morning of the new year, earlier this year, when HCAV returned and all hell broke loose. I mean, it really was that insane this morning. I'm just thinking and wondering whether or not they're going to change over in the yard. I will be finishing the video in a few minutes anyway because it's been super long. Wow, hold on a second. The gunner, Gatesman gunner, actually had to wait. I saw it. I'm not sure if you got it right at the back. There were just, look at this. There's so many people here that the gunner couldn't even get into the tunnel. What the flip? Where did all these people suddenly come from? Look at this. Some tourist has left their luggage in the middle of the yard. You're joking. It's not yours, the luggage. What the? They're having to move around the luggage. Stuff. Oh my god. The tourists are laughing about it. What the flip is going on this morning? Bloody hell. I mean, she left her luggage right at the entrance to the tunnel. They've got some stories, haven't they, for each other in the guard room when they're done today. That's for sure. Okay, I think we'll be good for the final change. So there's the gunner, bless her, to my right, is forcing everybody to stand back. I think she's just like, you know what, that's it. I want to go back to Woolwich right now. I'm tired of this lot. The tunnel is absolutely packed. Look at it. On both sides. Oh, I really like this chap. Whoa, he was crazy close, and I was nowhere near the usual spot. Damn, I really thought I was in trouble then, because there's no way for me to move. That, guys, is the end. Okay, I'm sure you'd all agree that that was something else. I mean, what the flip? Look at the size of the crowds. I mean, yeah, it's a nice morning, but it's not Christmas. It's not school. Like, what? It's just a normal Friday, but it's bloody packed. I'm shocked. Really good that they've put this particular gunner out as our final gatesman. Oh. Somebody's dropped. Yuck. I had to drop it on a... Well, I called that out the side of my eye. I thought it was a rat or something running across the floor. It's like, what is that hairy thing on the floor?
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel, exactly. Oh my good lord. At least everyone is in kind of, happy, merry spirits this morning. I mean, she's about to touch the gatesman. Guys, I don't want to finish up, but we have to. Why? Because if we don't, we're going to be here all day. And as I mentioned, I'm leaving London this afternoon. Wow. Now, the good news, ladies and gents, is that it was a wonderful morning. The second piece of good news is I will not be away for very long. I'll be back here real soon, and I mean like real soon. Have no fear. But from what's been, how do we describe this morning? Gloriously chaotic, I think, is the only way to describe what we saw, and it's just not going to finish. Look at it. There are hundreds of people here. Absolutely chocker. And I think this is just a taste of how busy it might end up getting in the next 2 weeks as we get closer to Christmas. Because the Christmas shopper tourists haven't even started to arrive yet. It's actually kind of why I was a bit surprised with the Dubai guy. Anyway, guys, that's it. Yeah, regrettably, that is the end. It's been a long one, longer than I thought it would be. I can't believe we're about to touch an hour and a half, to be quite honest with you all, but I think it was worth letting it continue to roll. Let's move back a teeny weeny bit before I finish it exactly, or try to finish it exactly 90 minutes on the dot and split the video in half probably. Absolute madness. Cross over carefully. Show you just how utterly ridiculously packed Horseguards is. Look at it, look. I'm not exaggerating, look, all the way along, both boxes, both horses, hundreds of people. Why, I wonder? What is it about this morning? It's not even warm. It's bright, but it's not even sunny anymore either. Anyway, guys, that really is it. Regrettably, all of you, we're at the end. So from myself, massive respect and thanks to the gunners, guys. We hit our 90 minutes. I'm out of here, but I'll be back real soon, everybody. Bye for now.